Hello beautiful soul, it's me again, your host at Ever Wellness. In today's episode, we are going to look at how to cultivate an open heart. If you've been alive long enough, then you've experienced betrayal at one point in your life. Human beings come in all shapes and sizes, all habits and manners, and as long as we have expectations on one another, we will always run the risk of experiencing betrayal or disappointment one way or another. Unfortunately, no one is here to live to our expectations, and neither are we here to live to other people's expectations. So disappointments are inevitable. I'm not going to ask you to drop any expectations that you have on yourself or anyone else for that matter, because that only closes up your heart. Instead, we are going to just have a look at what it means to live a life with an open heart. So, what is an open heart? The warm feelings that you get when you see a little baby or your pet or someone that you're in love with are the very clear indicators of an open heart. Think of your heart like a flower that blossoms and opens up during spring and withers and closes up during winter. When your heart is open, you effortlessly give and receive love from everyone and everything, and when it's closed up, you're not able to give or receive love. The open-hearted beings see everyone as a part of themselves, just like you don't see separation between yourself and your pet, or your little child, or someone that you're in love with. However, trauma from heartbreaks and disappointments causes our hearts to close up. Opening our hearts after pain and disappointment is possible but requires effort and persistence. We all have met someone who has been betrayed over and over again, but still continues to give their all to new experiences, connections, and friendships. Some of these new connections might break their hearts again and again, and still they choose to love fearlessly over living in bitterness and resentment. They pick themselves up and keep going, spreading more love and light in the world. Often they meet genuine beings who stay loyal to them, and sometimes they get to experience more friendships that bring them joy and pain at the same time. They forgive easily, give to anyone who needs their love and support without expecting anything in return. When other people come into their lives, they don't hold back. Instead, they love everyone regardless of their views, opinions, political standings, race or creed, or whatever divisions people have put out there for themselves. They'll show up for you when you least expect. These individuals with time end up becoming magnets of authenticity because they radiate genuineness. People respond to pain and traumatic events differently. This once determines if we open or close our hearts. I grew up in a farm with my family and my grandmother. She was one of those human beings who had this unconditional selfless love towards everyone she came across. She believed that everyone deserved forgiveness, and this did not make any sense to a lot of people, including me. However, if you ever wronged this lady or any other person and she came to know about it, she would be at your doorstep first thing the next morning to ask for forgiveness from you. She believed that we all were part of one creation, experiencing life in separate physical bodies, or what she called her temporary tent. This belief led her to see things from a vantage point. According to her, if you wronged or hurt another being, essentially you had inflicted pain upon yourself, only that you did not know this. Her solemn belief was that because we are all a part of one creation, any harm that is inflicted by one human being to another is inflicted on the whole creation and not just the victim. This part of her core belief came face to face with the ultimate test when her son was killed and the offender was arrested. During the trial, she asked to speak, and she genuinely begged the judge to forgive the offender and let them go, for they did not know what they were doing. Obviously, the judge did not oblige because there were set laws governing the decision of the court. Only thoughts of separation bring beliefs of this and that is mine, this is my car, this is my leg, my heart, this is my child, my dog, that's my money. Her philosophy was simple, that when one being commits atrocities to another, they really are committing atrocities to a part of themselves. They therefore needed to forgive themselves for committing these atrocities, and this would provide healing. Human beings find it very difficult to see and acknowledge or own up to the scars and pain that they have inflicted on one another. This is why she took the position of the offender, who never owns up, to alleviate the heaviness or dense energy that, if unresolved, brings about hatred and resentment. Perhaps she also hoped that this person would also see the wrong they had committed against the other person, and therefore go and seek forgiveness themselves. This is pretty easy for a compassionate human being to understand. If this makes your head spin, you're not alone. This view of life enables one to live an honest, kind, generous, and content life without much effort. This lady was extremely open-hearted. Throughout her life, she would take in anyone that was considered an outcast by the society. Dalai Lama put it this way: "I try to treat whoever I meet as an old friend. This gives me the genuine feeling of happiness. It is the practice of compassion." I'm reminded every day by the thoughts of this old lady that she and every one of us is a sojourner only having a human experience, and that we will return to the source where we came from. Her life was abundant, one of service to others, and in service she found herself. The ultimate source of happiness is warm-heartedness. We're on the blink of extinction as a human race, as well as our beautiful planet. This will not change unless we look at each other as a part of one creation rather than separate individuals or groups. War between countries or political affiliations is only perpetuated by thoughts of disunion. If we open our eyes to the realization that competition and opposition does not serve us, all kinds of inhumane and unkind acts and words will come to an end. We will stop destroying the environment and therefore find a balance to protect our planet and humanity as a whole. To complain about another person is to diminish your soul to the position of a victim. Yet, is no you that is separate. It is only us as a union of one creation. I will leave you with a quote from Dalai Lama. Every day, think as you wake up. Today I am fortunate to be alive. I have a precious human life. I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to use all my energies to develop myself, to expand my heart out to others, to achieve love for all, for the benefit of all beings. I am going to have kind thoughts towards others. I'm not going to get angry or think badly about others. I am going to benefit others as much as I can. As usual, thank you so much for watching. That's all for this week from your home of mindful living. Have a good week.